Be right back.
Same link.
Here he go with his laws of thirds. He put himself in the third.
Same
Put
link.
the camera right.
Who in the third?
You.
And we right the motherfucker back. Our bad. Listen, there wasn't no audio.
I can't even see the much on the stream.
There wasn't no audio on the stream. Hold
No,
on.
I did my job.
You can't fire me,
I
man.
think it was Bay's fault.
Oh, ain't that something just like a nigga? Blame me. Don't get niggerish about this.
Hold on. I want to make sure that we on go mode right now because
I can't find the share it. That's what I'm saying.
all right, I think we're back.
Yeah, we definitely back.
Don't bust on my
You know what I'm
land.
saying?
back.
Listen.
Definitely.
That wasn't anybody to blame as far as the audio not being on the feed. Like
It's just logistics. That's all.
it was just a technical difficulty with the software that we're utilizing. But you know, we're back up and running. We got the sound. Everything's back connected. Where were we, Rise?
we was talking about.
I will just introduce everybody. All
Yeah,
over.
listen.
You and I.
We gonna start it. Listen, Hot Rise is in the building. Jakim slid through.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He made it here. Of course, y'all know J Bay is in the building looking
What up?
like Jesus over here. You know what I'm saying?
Bless you, my son.
The rabbi. You know what I'm
L'chaim.
saying? And I am Montana Black. Y'all already know. Listen, we got a jam-packed show tonight. We just gonna get right to it. We're gonna start it off with the King Richard. Will Smith executive
Did his
produced this
thing.
movie.
Yes, sir.
Did his thing.
And as far as I haven't seen the movie, but like y'all said,
It's
you
worth a
know,
gander.
in our conversation, Will has been on a roll with this father figure, black
Absolutely.
father figure,
Absolutely.
excellence
Yes.
that he's been portraying.
We thank you, Will, for all the black fathers across America.
Listen.
We thank you, brother.
Will has been a force to be reckoned with, bro, since the first rap Grammy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I think he's been so
Underrated.
underrated.
Everywhere.
I think he's more underappreciated.
Underrated, underappreciated,
I can
and
see
He
definitely.
getting paid in Hollywood now. Highest paid actor in Hollywood.
Nah,
What
but
I-
he's been there. He's
been there for a
20-something
minute.
Yeah,
years.
Yeah,
but nobody
for sure.
knows
Yeah,
that
that's
though. They just
25
figured.
No, you know Will is paid.
Since
Will is
I-
paid out the ass.
But I'm saying the notoriety he doesn't get the same with that paycheck.
Because you know why?
It's his
Being from
personality.
Philadelphia and
Is
being
that what it is from Philly?
the
Hating.
type of man that he has designed himself to be, whereas though most motherfuckers in Philly are overly aggressive. Know what I'm saying? And Will is very
Sorry.
mild mannered. You say what?
Sorry.
No, I'm just saying I'm at fault on that category too. I'm not as overly aggressive as most of these Philly niggas.
Sorry.
You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
it's a thin line between civilized and uncivilized.
It is. It's a very
It
thin
is.
line.
Smith has always had a civilized personality. So you should call him the Bill Cosby of rap because he was able to say things from a street format without cursing.
Well,
So
well,
we'll be able to understand him and play him, but relate to him in a universal format.
And
And if you-
also, it crossed over in every different aspect too.
Yeah, and if you look at like what he's doing, he kind of is like he's following that blueprint. He's kind of
Right.
like the same black father figure. Remember,
Right.
Cliff Huxtable was the father,
Right.
Right.
the B. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right.
He's following that
Right.
same. He's following that same path.
What are we playing here?
Nothing. Just some ambiance music.
Can you turn it down a little
Just a instrumental.
bit? Turn it down some.
So what?
A little loud.
You can hear it? Can you hear it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we can do without that.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. I just wanted to put something in the background.
Okay, I mean, we appreciate you, but
I'm thinking on my feet here.
you know, I got you. So, we were talking about Thanksgiving dinner too, like that. I mean,
Right.
I had made a nice size meal for everybody. Could have ate here and came over if they wanted to, but
You ain't invite
I didn't
nobody.
invite
invite
nobody. I
nobody.
know.
You
That's
didn't
my
invite
bad.
nobody.
Next year, no, we're supposed to do a
None of
Friendsgiving
that.
ourselves. We didn't do
We
that.
usually do.
Right, but this year, kind of like nobody's in town, so it's
Right.
like,
Everybody was out of town for Thanksgiving, giving thanks. Everybody was
thanks.
giving thanks out of town.
eating-
So
yeah, give it thanks eating food. Gotcha.
I
you,
was here.
you don't fuck around, do you? Or you do? You ate though, right?
No. I eat.
But you eat every day.
Yeah, I eat. True indeed. True indeed.
We gonna eat anyway.
And-
So
and-
Extra food
You know,
on this
there's a difference between enjoying the spirit of the
Right.
season, the moment,
Right.
rather than the ritual of
Right.
a tradition.
Right.
So I'm more of the enjoying the spirit than
being
participating in any
with the
ritual.
family and friends thing.
I mean, at the end of the day,
it's family day to me. It's not Thanksgiving. It's
Right.
family day.
Yeah.
I
that's
feel
it
like
is.
every
That's
day
exactly
should
how
be
it is.
family day, though.
Yeah,
well, it is, but we don't get time off from
Right.
work.
Right,
which,
right.
It's a day of
like I said, it's by
recognition.
design.
The slaves,
For
the slaves,
congregation.
the
Yeah.
slaves. Don't get it twisted. The slaves don't get time off.
Yeah, the slaves don't get time
Right,
off of work.
right.
We know what it is.
But we
The new
contemplate
slaves.
on that time, so it's
Right.
good to enjoy the
It
spirit.
can be repurposed.
Right,
From
you know, we definitely enjoy the spirit.
Right.
You know, other than that, the ritual can be with
Yeah, we can do without that.
Yeah, treat it like a.
But at the
sacrifice.
end of the day, I had a great week.
Did you cook?
No, absolutely. I was house hopping.
That's the best.
Pimpin',
I mean,
pimpin',
so how
pimpin'.
You get a
how
plate
do
here,
that?
you get a plate there.
How do you pace yourself so
Plates
you don't get
everywhere.
too full and get to the person's house you really want to eat at last? You be like, yeah, I can't eat nothing.
That's
No, you go to the
good.
person's house you want to eat at
First.
first.
Okay,
That's
there
where
you
you
go.
go
Big
first.
Right.
See, I'm a professional hopper.
I'm a professional house hopper.
You get plates from everywhere else. Yeah, carry out.
You
walk
eat a
home.
little bit while you there, make
Yeah.
it look like you
Yeah, a
doing
little
something.
something.
You nibble.
Just let them know, you know.
Like, can you wrap this up for me? I'm gonna take this with me. Just take this.
You have like 5 to-go plates in your car. But you do a skit about that too.
What?
House hopping, a skit.
I've been asking y'all to do a skit
You know
for
what?
almost a year and a
You know
half.
what?
I got ideas.
I
know
did.
what
That's
I'm
another
saying?
idea. So we got another idea for y'all too. We try to get to 1,000 subscribers for YouTube. We need y'all to go ahead and share with your friends, like, subscribe to the Union Society page on YouTube.
And on Instagram.
Yes.
You can find us at Union Society 215 on Instagram. And hold on, right now, let me see who's on here. Lashia is on here.
Hey,
Shout out
girl.
Lashia.
And, Bubblegum Girl said, I can hear you now.
I can hear you
She
now.
said today is Chadwick Boseman's birthday. Rest in power. Yeah.
You already know that's why we represent.
Chadwick Buck.
I
Oh,
didn't say-
okay. I didn't even peep.
Yeah, got the Black Panther. Yeah.
You saying the
nice.
Black Panther hoodie? That's dope.
Is this yours?
Man. Yeah.
Is you done?
What the?
No, I mean like,
No,
like,
legit,
me,
clothing
like you make
line.
it your own line.
No.
Okay.
Brother that actually did the artwork for Disney with the Black Panther movie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he designed these for us. So
Word. That joint is dope.
It
too.
is.
That's dope.
you can only get this from him. Yeah, it glows in the dark and everything.
Oh, man.
When we were in the movie
Cut the
theater,
lights
my-
off.
Man, my son had it on, so the kids were like, "Yo,
That's
y'all
crazy.
get that, bro."
Yeah,
You
can
know,
we?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
where
is
can we
dope.
cop that at?
Like, you know what's funny? Like, as I'm watching you here, it's only black and white. But as I watch it in
The camera.
the camera, it's actually red. It's sense of red
Yeah.
in it. That's
Yeah.
dope.
Word.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
It's
But it
dope.
don't show up. You don't see it on the show though. You don't see the red. Now I'm looking over here, but on there you see the red.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's dope though.
yeah, you already know. Shout out to Sherrod. He got his own black cartoon out too, man.
Okay.
I gotta get a link for that joint too.
It's a
Definitely.
black business.
Hey,
We
listen,
gonna
I
save it for
also
the
want to
end.
thank
Yeah,
y'all
dude.
for running the numbers up on that Welcome to Philadelphia video. It's at 1,500 views
Nice.
within in a month's time. Just keep running them numbers up, comment, like, share the video. New music is on the way, but you know, I definitely want y'all to get acclimated to what's going on here at Union 215 with the music, the videos, the podcasting situation, and we also have the Artist Adventure is now available for those that like to sing in the car along with the radio songs that come on, or if you're a shower singer, you can definitely come and get a recording of yourself just to see how you sound, or maybe you want to bring the kids and have some audio type of fun with the kids and have them do a cover song or something like that. So give us a holler. The number is 215-650-6657, and you can book your studio appointment any time of the week.
What's that
after
number
4:30.
again?
The number is 215-660-6657. Did I say that right?
You said it
I hope-
fast.
Yeah. I hope you said it right. Like, Don, this number don't even work no more. What you talking about?
Yeah, man. I was looking at. I was dealing with the our festivities on Family Day.
What's that number again? What's that
And then-
number one more time?
215-650-6657.
Bow.
Bow.
So you said family festivities?
Yeah, I
then?
was dealing with the family festivities on Thursday, And then Friday evening, looked at the news, and the little kid that got shot, the 3 people got shot in North Carolina at the Black Friday rush at the mall.
Dang.
And yeah, they was cutting up, man. And I said, man,
I don't understand. Like
it's a part of the ritual.
I mean,
You know what
okay.
What you mean, part of the ritual? Hold on, that you just struck a nerve.
You know, we asked our societal question of the day.
The societal question of the day is
What is
what
Thanksgiving
really
for?
is
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving?
Right.
What are we giving thanks for?
Right. And what does it prep us for?
Right.
See, sometimes you think you're fattening the turkey for the feast when you're being the turkey fattened for the feast. So the real Thanksgiving come the following day.
Gobble,
after
gobble.
we get put to sleep. See, and when you get fattened, you get put to sleep. Then a person can have their way with you. And the next day we act in a ritualistic activity. We lose ourselves in consumership by any means necessary.
Me working in retail for about 14 years, I can safely tell you that I don't like Black Friday.
Well, I'm sure you don't. The hardest day you had to work.
Well, I mean, not only that, the prepping before that was
Pastor
more.
Parham said some people can't sing. That's true, but we're going to make it sound good.
Well,
Some people can't sing,
You're right.
but we're going to tune you right up.
Make a joyful noise when you say it's going to sound good, though. But now, the prep work before Black Friday was more stressful than actual Black Friday for me sometimes. Because, you're not really making a deal. The same item you saw on the shelf 3 weeks ago marked $400. They put a sign that says / mark $500 and then $400 is the new price. You ain't saving them money. It's the same price it was last week. You just didn't notice it because it's a play on numbers, play on the signage in the store. So nobody notices that. I'm like, how you think you saving money?
I used to always tell people you need to really shop right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That's when you get your savings.
And then you shop after the holiday season when everything's on clearance.
The first of the year is always because they trying to budget. The end of the year, they trying to make them numbers look good for each store. So you could definitely do it that way.
And also, you have a lot of the quality name brand stuff that goes on clearance on that New Year's. So you can go ahead and clean house. I mean, I got me a KitchenAid stand mixer. I got me a deep fryer, a 4-in-1 grill, all that stuff brand new right after the sale.
Well, realistically, most of the stuff, if you even wait just 2 weeks later, after the Martin Luther King holiday, is when you get the real bargains of all of that leftover stuff.
Yeah, if everybody ain't bought everything already.
Right.
No, they got smart. See, like all of the leftover stock that's left over after the Christmas rush, they know that people will wait for the New Year rush. So they still maintain activity in the height of price, and then they drop the market around Martin Luther King's birthday. And see, that's when you...
See, the question you got to ask yourself, if you got 30 apples and you take 10, how many apples you got?
If you have 30 apples
Yeah.
and you take 10,
How many apples you got?
30 apples.
Like you trying to throw one over our head, are you? I mean, what you mean?
Man.
We got 30 apples.
You always be doing that. Like, I mean, I know I talk dumb sometimes, but I ain't dumb at all.
If you got 30 apples and you take 10, how many apples do you got?
it depends on what you do with the 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Separate from the 20 that you got left.
You got 30 apples.
Right?
You take 10. How many apples do you got?
Still got 30.
See, I never really was a fan of Thanksgiving or none of these holidays because it really they're not holidays.
No,
like
they're
there's
not
nothing
holy
holy about
it.
No.
at all. There's nothing holy about it. I'm not a big fan of it. I tend to actually I used to protest and stay in the house.
Fact.
I used to stay in the house. Now, as far as Black Friday, you could save 100% by staying in the house.
Oh yeah, I mean, listen, I don't see a point of going broke for a
You
present.
save 100% of your money by
staying
keeping your
in
ass in the house.
But see, that's it's something different if you got the money to pay all your bills first and then you go Black Friday shopping. But just to go broke before end of the year every year to do the same exact process is crazy. It's
My thing, what happened to all the TVs y'all bought last year?
Yeah,
But they probably selling them. They probably
you know
selling
what?
them.
They slick with these TVs. I'm gonna tell you something. From what I understand, people will see a 70-inch TV, $200. You shouldn't buy the 270-inch TV anyway. It ain't gonna last. It's cheap.
Right.
That's what happened to the TV last year because you bought the same 70-inch TV last year for $200 and it fell off the wall because the stand was
No, the tube went out.
the tube. No, ain't no tube in no goddamn
I mean,
TVs
you know
no
what I
more,
mean.
bro.
The LED lights don't
Ain't no
work.
goddamn
The
tube.
Plasma,
processor,
yeah.
ain't no plasma anymore either.
Yo, I remember like early 2000s. I had one of them big ass floor model TVs. My man was like, "Yo,
Projection screen
what you got?
TV?
Actual actors living your fucking TV?"
Yeah, I remember having that big ass.
Yo, but it was
60
right before the
60
fucking.
inch.
It was right before the flat screen started coming out. You know what I'm saying? So of course the shit was on sale. The motherfucker was probably like $600, but it was like this big ass floor model joint. You know what I'm saying? And like the next year, the flat screen started coming out.
Yo, you know what else too, man? I know we touched on Will Smith, but yo, stand up Philadelphia, man. Shout out to my man Kev, man. Kevin Hart.
Oh yeah, that joint
the
true
Wesley
story.
Snipes.
Oh
Story
yeah.
was one thing, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shout out to my man Kev. Man.
That shit was hard.
got that joint on there.
That shit was hard. I mean, Wesley Snipes looked horrible. I'm gonna keep it a bean. He looked like he was on
He
all
old,
types.
man.
What you mean?
How old is Wesley Snipes? He looked horrible,
He
bro.
looked horrible. He looked like he looked. You got to remember.
You know, you can
We've been
tell
looking
that
at
was a
Wesley-
motherfucking wig.
But we've been
Yeah,
looking
that
at
was a
Wesley
wig.
Snipes since '86, man.
Damn.
Like, yeah, you got to think. Like, we've been looking at him on film for 30-some years.
Right.
You feel me? And he was, 30 when he went in.
He did that hard time.
All that blade shit is over.
Yeah, I mean, but
Yo-
you got to realize.
6-degree black belt though. He still got that.
Yeah, and you
Okay.
gotta realize who he is in his sojourn. He's still it's a blessing that he's an active actor.
Yeah.
You
He
feel
was
me?
in Expendables, what?
Because-
Yeah,
3?
because he made
but
some fucking.
through it.
I seen a couple of joints that he made on Netflix. Them joints was horrible.
Which ones?
Some shit where he was like in this desert. I think he was still on some vampire shit too.
Nah, it wasn't. I saw what we're talking about, but it wasn't no vampire.
He got Amon films now.
He got a lot of film.
Yeah, he done recouped from the.
How you
from
think
the-
he did
from
in
the tax
what is
case?
it,
But
American-
we got to look at we also don't know the physical health
Right.
that people have behind the scene. Like we looking at the brother from one standpoint behind the camera.
Look at
But we have
Chadwick
to look
Boseman.
at-
Nobody had no
You didn't
idea that
know
he had cancer.
What he was dealing with physically, or what he has overcome physically.
Yo,
You feel me?
shout out also because we forgot to mention this too. My man, Cool Man,
Cool man.
Cool Boy,
Who
yeah,
the fuck is that?
the boxer, man,
Who?
the boxer from Philly, man. He won the light heavyweight title, man.
Oh, okay.
He unified them.
Yo, they saying no. You
Fulton.
talking about Stephen Fulton?
Stephen
they
Fulton.
saying the volume is messed up.
Hmm?
Are we
Who
too
said that?
loud? Are we too low? Like, what's going on?
Who said that?
Yeah, I'm just letting them know to check the second link. Cause we
Oh,
did have-
they probably still in
Yeah.
the first link because the
Yeah.
volume is. I mean, the audio is great now.
right.
Yeah, shout out to Stephen Fulton, man. He
Yeah.
he did a wonderful job fighting Figueroa. He unified the belts. Another Philly stand
Man,
up, man.
Best boxers, ballers, and
Yeah,
barbers.
yeah, he did his thing. When we say a real bona fide fight, at the same time he was fighting, there was another fight that can be considered fight of the year too, and they were happening simultaneously at the same time.
Simultaneously.
Simultaneously at the same time, you had Stephen.
Y'all must say never see that jump. But go
Stephen
ahead.
Fulton beating up
Figueroa.
who, with no class, no sports.
He was a sore loser.
Yes, straight. Got his ass whipped and outclassed.
Nah,
strictly.
that actually, it was a close fight. It was a close fight,
man,
but you lost.
And the reality, every judge seen it the same way I seen it. He did a lot of activity, but his aggressiveness was neutralized by the ring generalship of Stephen Fulton.
Yeah, and
He was
his
too
punches,
slick,
his
too
punches
classy,
didn't really
too
have.
sharp, too fast.
I didn't watch the fight.
neither.
Man, beautiful fight
I
though, bro.
missed
They
that.
banged, they went at it. He hit him all over the body. Stephen Fulton's sore, but I tell you, he's the unified champion right now, and taking on our challengers, and he's gonna be champion for a minute. Him and
for a
Shakur
while.
Stevenson are two of the young.
And these are lightweights.
Yeah.
Nah, he much,
Featherweight.
He's feather super bantamweight. They're gonna be he gonna be champion for a minute. The boy real. He right.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Since
he
we
gonna
in the
represent
sports,
Philly,
we
right.
got
Shout out to Gilly.
The Eagles.
$1 million worth of game. Mac
Yeah.
and cheese represent. They bringing them out. They was representing Philly strong. I ain't gonna front.
You say?
You said mac and cheese?
Yeah, mac and cheese.
Yeah.
They're a rap
Who that?
group from
Nah,
out of they're a
I'm
rap
think-
group
I'm
from out
thinking
of
food. What the hell
Philadelphia.
you talking about Thanksgiving?
They
Come on,
they
you
they
gotta
they
be
are
right
the
in the
children of Gilly. Shout out Gil.
True.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Nah,
Salute.
we gotta give a shout out to New York Giants fan who won over.
I mean, right, you already know we do.
Like,
When we
I can't even
they'll
say it
come
right.
through like
I'm
the Big
gagging
Blue.
because like,
Had to beat up
You should
on
be
them
used to it by
guys
now.
Coming to town.
oh, no, you didn't.
Don't.
Wow, no, you
Hey
didn't.
man,
Hot
remember I
rod.
said,
Oh,
I
my
said
God.
the Eagles ain't
Had
gonna win
one
a
more
game.
win.
I said they ain't gonna win a game until they play the Giants, and then when they beat
The Broncos.
Denver and they beat the Saints, I said they gonna lose against the Giants.
Hey, well, I told y'all when y'all said that what happened? What was going to happen? What did I say, Roz? What did I say last week?
I don't remember what you
That's
said
when they
last
were going
week.
to lose when they played the Giants. That's
We
all.
got
That's what
we
do to
got
each
we
other
got
in our division.
overconfident. We
No,
always
no,
get
no,
too
this
damn
is what happens in our
cocky.
division. We gonna
Hey,
smash
Lashia
Dallas
said
out
Jasmine
of
Sullivan got a Soul Train
Yeah,
award.
Soul Train Award.
Yeah, but
Okay.
she lost the other drink to that girl, man. I can't believe
What
it. They
joint?
gave,
Man.
they gave that award to that girl over Jasmine Sullivan. Jasmine Sullivan had the best album of the year. You know what I'm saying?
Did you get her album?
Yes, absolutely. And I don't buy nothing. I don't download nothing. I don't even like to listen to other people. But Jazz is one of them joints. I remember she used to be down the 5 spot back in the day. And I got to give Jazz her props, man. She wasn't supposed to be in there just like I wasn't supposed to be in there. We snuck in there. But she used to get up on that stage, man, and
I remember.
really blow it out, man. Who used to get in there a lot, too. And that's what I always wondered.
Bilal?
But nah, Miss Jade, believe it or not. I used
Yeah.
to see her with Miss Jade all the time. And shout out to Miss Jade.
What? The 5 spot was the shit, bro.
I never even heard of it.
Yeah, the 5 spot was like the soul spot in Philly, right down in Center City.
If you
it was
was-
like this little alleyway and shit. And it was
Okay.
just
Yeah,
like,
on Bank Street.
on Bank Street.
If you was down the old city, like if you was in the hip hop, but if you were in the hip hop, you went to regular Cubs. If you were a part of hip hop, you went to the 5
5
spot.
spot.
Gotcha.
The 5 spot was the shit. There was a
Jill Scott,
Jill
the Roots,
Scott, everybody was there.
used to be there.
Nice.
Music.
Back when the Roots was the square Roots. You know what
that
I'm
was
saying?
back in Germantown High days.
Yeah.
That was I wasn't even at the 5 spot.
Now, I mean, I was supposed to be, but I was there. They used to sneak me in back in the day.
So let's get. So did anybody go out for Black Friday shopping? To get them screwball deals, they call deals.
I did not do any. You know what? I bought some plugins.
Plug it in, plug it in. You
Man,
should have waited
look.
to Cyber Monday.
Yo,
I'm a flea
That
market
too.
shopper, man.
I like flea markets
I don't
too.
play with them dudes that been sit behind them desks. Don't celebrate no holidays, but get paid from everybody else.
Hey, we should do the
Messing
same
with them.
thing.
I
Hey,
mean,
man, you can't hate the player, hate the game.
Hate the game,
Hey,
baby.
The problem is the ones that got all the money, $2.3 trillion consumer habit, don't let us participate. They don't want to spend with us. So
Yeah, that's
it's us.
true.
Yeah, we want to spend with everybody else.
But we
You know
have-
why?
won't
You
spend
know
with
why
us.
though? I'm gonna keep it a bean though. I like black businesses, and like from what I've been seeing lately, with a lot of new black businesses, I've been seeing a step up. I see a step up in quality of merchandise. I see a step up in quality of customer service.
Right.
And these are the things that are important,
Right.
especially to a consumer.
I need a step up of consumership.
Because-
We don't
Well-
compare about
well, I
the
mean,
integrity
like-
of
Well,
others.
if
We
If the
spend-
product isn't up
up
to
to
par.
I don't
See,
want it.
Yeah,
That-
see,
but that's my
another
point. We
thing
only
is,
have that inspectorship of our.
No, we
Not
no,
true.
not true.
Well, I mean,
Black,
Listen.
what happened? What happened, Black? What you
Also-
do with them Timbs? Black, tell it.
Listen,
Listen. Black, tell it.
I got some
speaking
bogus
individualistically, Not individualistically.
I mean,
I'm
even as a
people.
people, y'all need to know that they selling fake Tims. If your joint say Bangladesh in them, and the tongue flops over, if that tongue don't stand up, you know what
By
I'm saying?
itself.
By itself, you know what I'm saying, and it ain't got the fuzzy back.
Where you get them
Sound
Timbs
like a
from?
reverend
Where
over
you
here.
get
He
them
ready to
Timbs
preach
from?
his
Where you get them
sermon.
Timbs
He's
from?
like,
Fake
yeah.
Timbs?
Yo,
Finish
I went to Macy's,
See?
and I went to I think I was in like where did I get the first joint done? Because Macy's had the boing too. Macy's had some boing
You know
yoings.
what? I used to think like I used to buy my polo stuff out of Macy's. Now, one thing I'm gonna tell you, I used to anybody back in the day went to Dr. Denim, City Blue, places
Right.
like
Yeah,
that back in
yeah.
the day. I hate to tell you that all that polo stuff and them pellies you was buying,
It was fake.
fake. Only reason I
They was
found
getting that shit from Canal Street.
See, I
Yeah.
gotta realize
the
something.
only
You gotta
the
realize
only
what's
reason I
fake,
found
though.
out, the only reason I found out, I used to deal with this girl. that worked in one of these stores. Shout out to Uzi too. If you know City Blue, you know Uzi. You know what I'm saying.
What City Blue you talking about?
All of them. He owned all of them. He owned them. He owned the Globe.
On Shelton Avenue?
Nah, he was downtown.
I think it was one more in
South
Mall
Street.
now.
Now,
They closed that one down.
but one thing I'm gonna tell you is that we went in there and they fired one of the girls in there, and the girl straight told it. She said all this stuff fake. So that was the end of that. We went back to Strawbridges. Ooh, I'm telling my age.
Listen.
See, man, I'm
ain't
buying.
Clover, right?
I'm buying from who got it. Cause real talk, it's the man make.
You
the
fucking with the
clothes.
Akis?
Well, see,
Man make the clothes. The clothes don't make the man. Nigga.
Yeah,
I got all them mine.
the thing about,
Listen, that's true.
When your
That's
Air
true.
Max
And
is
like,
falling apart,
But
don't say
I
nothing.
think the stigma
No, we
comes
got
about.
another nigga name on our ass. See, like that's something we learned a long time ago that we
That's
really
true.
didn't learn from.
No, I was wearing Carl Kanai.
Nah, Run DMC
the hell's
told
that?
us, you feel me? And we didn't pay attention. When they had, he said, don't wear no Calvin Klein because I don't want no nigga name on my behind. See? And real talk.
Was that Run DMC?
Yeah. But what I'm saying
They
is
put
this.
Adidas on their feet and their back. They
No,
put
what-
Adidas
right,
on their ass.
No, what I'm saying is what we learned, what should we have learned from it? That verse.
They contradicted
that-
themselves.
No, that
Right,
verse. No,
because
that,
you
right,
put
that
Adidas
verse-
on your
That
ass.
verse prompted. No, he put Adidas on his feet, leaves on the legs. Adidas
No,
on the
they,
Lees too.
they had the
No, no,
leaves
no,
too,
listen,
and they had
yeah.
their Adidas
Listen,
sweatpants.
listen carefully. Listen carefully. The metaphor was Calvin Klein was a white designer that had a big name in the fashion world.
So why they
That-
going after Calvin Klein and not the other ones?
No,
like, what's the
listen-
difference?
listen
Adidas is a family name too.
Listen
Right.
carefully. Listen carefully. That verse prompted the black clothiers to have a place in the black consumership, the market, and that's where we got.
It ain't work.
Well, it did work until we once again
Nah,
abandoned it.
first of all, Carl Kanai clothes was horrible.
No, they
Let's talk
weren't,
about
bro.
it.
No, I fucked with Carl Kanai.
No, I did
I
not.
did.
That
No,
big
no,
name
no,
all
no.
on the front
La,
of your
la, la,
clothes.
la.
Like,
See,
If it was polo, I got a polo shirt with polo on the front of
They
it.
I don't wear
stole
them.
all of
I
his
wear the little
designs.
horse.
See, they stole all of his designs and fed it back to us. And because it
So
was
all the
white,
food designs.
Polo, Tommy Hilfiger, all of them stole the urban design that Carl Kanai.
Them rugby shirts wasn't an urban
But
design.
They been
bro,
we
bro,
bad,
Y'all
though.
not listening. You're not listening. You're
No,
not
we
listening.
are
They had-
listening.
they
That's
had
why
it
we
first?
You're
rebuttaling.
not listening.
They had it first.
Yes. What we had was our own style of clothing. And I'm telling you something that predated your knowledge of hip hop clothing. We was first influenced by the disco age. So niggas was wearing the punk rock stuff and we didn't have our own.
Yeah, I remember
we
that.
didn't- we
I
could only-
still
Who
wear
was making that
spikes.
stuff?
Hold on, listen. We could only buy what the market had for us to buy, or what we thought stars wore. So we started wearing rock stars type stuff in the beginning. But the street style, which hip hop was founded on, invented a new look, and the look was based on your street gangster. So we wore saggy or baggy clothes because we had money and guns in our clothes. That's why our
Yeah.
clothes. That's why our clothes.
God,
had the
there's not,
appearance-
that's,
That-
you're-
Hold on. We had
Yeah,
two
no.
different factions.
bring it full circle,
I'm
bro.
bringing it full circle. We created our own industry of fashion for the purpose of being who
But
we
we
were,
didn't
which was
capitalize
separate.
on it. We
Hold on.
wasn't making the clothes.
Hold on. We were making the clothes. We were designing the clothes and making the clothes for us, which is how we got the modern day dudes dressing like an emasculated feminine state based on your fashion
How you-
designers.
Nah,
You skipped the whole thing
I'm,
there,
I'm
Josh.
I'm showing you. That,
No, Jack,
that
we was
created
wearing
our
we
own
was
and we
wearing Guess
abandoned it.
jeans. We was wearing Guess jeans with the pencil pockets in
Right.
them. The drug dealer clothes. I mean, listen. I
That's where state
understand what you're
property
saying
came from.
No, bro.
But,
no,
but
bro,
before
no, bro.
that,
All
triple
fashion-
fat
all
gooses used
fashion
to be
designers-
inside out.
Yeah.
Used to have the reversible joints.
Yeah.
And we used to
all
stash
fashion
it there.
designers took our construct of hip hop fashion and they applied it to their clothiers.
I think
which
they
is-
did. I think they did go urban. I think they did
Oh,
go
yeah,
urban.
they call it urban, but it's just stealing from black people.
Right.
That's my point, bro. And if y'all,
So
if y'all
our
Carhartt
style-
stole,
what I'm
Carhartt
saying
stole
First of all,
from black people.
Hold
listen
on.
carefully,
No. Listen.
carefully.
Our style is going to be mimicked regardless. We are the culture. Like,
Right.
no matter what we do, like, we define cool.
But we own
period.
nothing. We own
Okay,
nothing.
say
when it
that.
come to black, that's
Say
what-
that
that's what
because
I'm-
we didn't own it then
that's,
neither.
No, that's what I've been saying
Yeah,
from
we
the
didn't own
beginning.
it then
When it
either.
comes
Yeah,
to Black
like, we
Friday,
was still-
Hold on. Yes,
we
did.
were by the other designers, and we were
we
wearing
were freaking
different.
out
No.
differently. That's
because
all.
we
Very
had
differently.
Listen carefully to what I said. Black people had nothing initially.
We still have nothing.
We could only buy. Hold on, listen carefully, bro. There was a transition. We could only buy from what we had, right? So we bought.
We can only buy from what we had
because at the time we thought that
for
punk
our
rock,
choices.
At the time we thought punk
I never
rock.
I've never wore no punk rock shit.
No, because you weren't alive and functioning then. Listen to me.
What
in the
year
70s,
are we talking about?
In
70s?
the 70s, that's where hip hop started. Listen carefully. There was people wearing like
I was too.
the roach clip with the long feathers,
turbo
with
and
the
ozone,
with the tight little jackets with no shirt on
half
under it,
shirts.
with the,
Yeah,
with
we
the
wasn't-
sequence, sequence and the funny looking pants.
Yeah.
That was Midwest and West Coast because that was their version of what they thought that being a star was, because a rock star was the only star that the
Right, just
industry
like when you
knew
look
or
at
seen.
And
African
then
Right,
hip hop
Bambaataa,
changed the
right. When hip hop came along,
demeanor of the clothing.
a street element, what we would call a street element, came to the fashion world. Whereas what black people were wearing, which was
they made it more
right,
urban.
which we were just taking from what they had, and we were wearing it in our way.
But hold on, John. We always did that.
Right.
Even with Carhartt. Like, just give me a second. We let you breathe. We let you breathe. We always did that. There was
Timberlands, Carhartt.
Carhartt.
It's the same shit.
We took it all. Air Force Ones.
Y'all know when we started wearing Timberlands?
When?
Do you know the boot that we wore before Timberlands?
I didn't wear.
No.
What was the M&Ms? I don't know.
Nah, there was.
It
a
wasn't
hype-
lugs.
No.
No. Those
That shit never flew.
Right,
Never
none
flew.
of those existed prior. There was what we call a crew boot, and it was a ski boot. Similar, it was the first Ace Solo. So
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Like a duck shoe type thing?
no. When later on, Google it, you'll see what I'm talking about, and when you'll see it,
I'm trying to
Timberland-
think of prior to Timberland, what boots did we fucking
We used to
wear?
wear Eastlands.
Moon boots?
No,
No, we
listen,
didn't. I didn't wear no moon
listen,
boots.
I wore
We wore
Eastlands. Hold on, watch this.
Eastlands was the
No,
We
no,
wore
shit.
watch this,
Eastlands
watch
and
this.
polo boots.
Watch
I had
facts.
polo
Watch
boots.
this. Now this was '85. What were you doing in '85?
Breakdancing.
Now,
I'm talking about as
how
far as
old-
boots,
How
though.
old were you in '85?
I'm not
19
telling
like-
that. I'm
No,
not telling
that's
that.
a question.
I was only 4.
Yeah, I was a
Come on, let's
preteen.
cut it out. I was 15 years old.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know
I
this.
wasn't
right.
even
Hold
15.
on. I was 15 years old, right? I was-
85?
Yeah, I was 15 years old.
Damn!
Hold on. Hold on. Watch this. I was 15. I was a father. I was on my own, independently, like not living home. I was already survived 2 years out in the world. So what I'm saying is that my comprehension of what was happening, I was a part of shaping what happened. So I'm not speaking from an alienated,
part of it.
Right. I'm speaking from a person that was a fashion representative of what hip hop was, not just in the street, but on television and everything else.
You grew up in New York, right, John?
New York and New Jersey.
All right.
Yeah.
So with that being said, one thing I am going to say is that with me having a background of Philadelphia and New York,
It's kind of different.
it's a lot different. First of all, I used to always say that New York was more risk takers. Y'all went with trends and fads.
But guess what?
Philadelphia did not. We
Guess-
stayed very classy.
No. Philadelphia had a different style. However, I used to come through Philly. Like Philly, I was in Philly all the time. Like when y'all say the 5 spot, I go back to the underground clubs, like the Limelight.
The Limelight.
You feel me? Like
I remember
like,
that.
Yeah, that was
Phoenix.
Phoenix. The Phoenix and the Limelight.
Yeah, I'm an old head for real. I was just off the step early.
The Phoenix. We were getting in the Phoenix and the Limelight, the underground.
I didn't do none of those.
All of them were fake IDs.
Yeah.
Because at that time, like I said,
Yeah.
we were bringing fake IDs from
Oh, so you're afraid
42nd
to get in
Street,
trouble and do something like
and
that.
we were in Philly living like adults,
Adults,
because
right.
we were at the age on our own.
And I used to do
like
the
said, I
same
come
thing
from
in
a
New
different
York.
experience,
Right.
and Philly was there were certain things that we did in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
We left New York to come to Philly to get away from the scene in New York,
Right.
but at the same time to holler at the girls in Philly because our fashion was a little bit different. But it was
Like
still
right
hip-hop.
now, though, like for the last, I'm going to say 20 years, like going to New York, the fall fashion is always fucking dope in New York. Like I love the fall fashion. in New
What?
York.
What
Are
Philly-
you kidding me?
what Philly and
Are you shitting me?
No.
First of all, let's talk about what New York used to do. Let's talk about it.
I'm not talking about the vest with no shirts and shit like that. I'm talking.
No. I'm not talking about that either. I'm talking about how they would come here and grab fashion ideas and then take them back to New York. Coogee sweaters ain't starting on New York. You couldn't get a Coogee sweater unless you went to Boyd's.
Facts.
Nah,
You couldn't get
bro.
Moschino. Moschino was Philly.
Well,
Yeah, all
Moschino,
day.
because the designers come from Philly and
Yeah.
South Jersey. That's the Moschino.
Mesquite.
The product. My man, I got signature stuff from them, personal stuff from them. I used to cut their hair. Brandon, shout out.
Speaking of that, cutting hair, we're gonna be doing a segment at the end of the show every show going forward
Yes.
to end of the year, promoting Black small businesses.
Black
so
small businesses.
we want to go ahead and start going around the room here.
Well,
and
first
shout
of
out.
all, if y'all know any
Everybody.
Black businesses, make sure they hit us up on Instagram.
Yeah,
Make
if
sure
you
they
ain't
hit us up
subscribing,
on or
you ain't
subscribe.
subscribing, and you ain't liking, and you ain't viewing the
Listen,
show.
you
we
can't
ain't doing
comment on the YouTube without being a subscriber at this point. So follow us on Instagram, subscribe to the YouTube, and send us a message and let us know about your business, and maybe we can get you on the show and kind of interview you about your business and just make people more aware of what you got going on and how they can get to your products.
Because we have to be a part of that $2.3 trillion buying market by being a part of it, by promoting our own businesses.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's good that we have that kind of buying power. It's amazing we have that buying power. Being a minority, we are. But we have to be a part of it by making our own businesses going.
Listen,
too.
I just want a 0.3% of that 2.7 trillion. You know what I'm
Yeah, the
saying?
key
Like, that's
is-
it. If I can get y'all to, come enjoy the artist adventure. Come in, you know what I'm saying, do a video shoot with us or
Don't be shy. We don't bite.
whatever it is.
Unless you want me to.
We'll
We'll hire Bay to do the biting.
put a muzzle in his mouth. Don't worry about that.
I'm saying?
Stuff a bun in his
But
mouth.
we got a lot of new
biscuit.
black businesses, and we got a new surge in black business activity. But what we want
Thanks to Trump.
is definitely an effective change in how we spend with black business.
I could have swore, was it PayPal or some other company that donated $50 million to black businesses promotion?
Those are good gestures for
Right.
media, but they don't affect the activity, the mindset. See,
No,
and
I get that, but it's a
that's-
jump start because they're
but
helping to get.
even that is not setting an economic mindset. Three of the things, the criteria.
No, I get that. Yeah.
Were
That's me, yeah.
warfare, marriage, which is mating,
Right.
and economics. And we don't have an economic
How's
mindset
that?
in order to have an economic independence, which we should based upon our economic ability.
Right.
I agree.
our
I mean, I
spending.
agree. I agree 100%. I always said that we're the most disenfranchised people, but we're the
Oh,
biggest
facts.
consumer. We're the biggest consumer on the face of the planet. And I'm not talking about just, I don't know what it is, that why we must buy these things. I guess it's self-esteem issues.
I think Ye said it best.
Go ahead. What do you
But
say?
we also have to. They think all black businesses
What'd he
products are
say?
all expensive. I said,
Single
well,
black
it's not.
female
It's not
addicted
because.
to retail.
Well, because of the fact that it's like we don't have the overhead to ship our stuff to another country. They have made for us at a cheap labor rate.
We do. We
So
just
it's
don't know
go-
how to.
it's-
We
it's
just don't know
gonna
how
be-
about going about getting the
Well-
money. That money is available, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Like banks like M&T, banks like Navy Federal Credit Union, the smaller banks. It's kind of like building consumer credit. Like if you're trying to build consumer credit, you don't want to go after the major credit cards. You're not going to get an American Express, right? So you'll get a Credit One. You know what I'm saying, or a Capital One, and you'll start there. Like you don't start off going to the big branch banks trying to get a business loan. You go to the smaller branch banks who has that money allotted for those small startup businesses.
Right.
I think we're just waiting for permission.
Right.
It's the
That part.
example has already been given to us, and it's been shown in a
Commission.
No, it's been shown in a successful format from Marcus Garvey to
No, you said we're waiting for
Muhammad.
commission
No,
or permission?
Permission.
Permission from
Right,
who?
Permission from the man. You know the guy. Them. We've already been given the clear examples, and the examples have been extremely successful. We have just not followed through with our own love for self to create the motivation for independence. Other countries are waiting to do commerce
Listen.
with us. We're just waiting for the approval of those who
You know
have-
the logo for the lottery. You got to play to win. You know what I'm
Hey.
saying? You got to get in the game.
and we could just leave.
If you don't get in the game, you're never going to win.
We could just leave. We could just go other places.
But we're not
and make
doing
deals
that.
with other people. That's my point, because
The-
we
the
can't never
problem-
have a we.
The problem is this too. Even if you're an entrepreneur, we don't create anything. We produce nothing.
That's
we
my
don't
point.
even produce cotton. We don't produce. So clothes.
Are you talking about
you gotta-
agriculture?
I mean,
Right,
the cotton fields are still down there. I rode by them. They're
Hold-
still there.
That's the
The what?
foundation.
Cotton fields are still down there.
Yeah, but
this is what I'm
we
saying.
don't own
Even
none
if-
of 'em.
Even if I designed a car, today or tomorrow, and I say, "Oh man, this is the Bay," you know what I'm saying?
That sounds like a hot car.
It is. I'll tell you about it later. Even if I do, I still have to get my steel from somewhere. I have to get my aluminum from somewhere.
Yep.
I have to get my rubber from somewhere. I mean, even if I design the motor, I put it all together myself. Guess what? I own nothing. No textile. Nothing.
But guess what? See, that's the point. We own nothing like they own nothing, yet we can get others to do it for us. If we want the steel, we got the Chinese. If we need the rubber, we got the Vietnamese. If you want the motor, you got the Mexicans. We can build our own car. We just have to do it and not wait for the permission, because others are doing it and they're not waiting for permission. Everyone has come here and built their world off our backs, and we have never built a world for ourselves from
True.
our own labor. See, we're slave for everyone else, but don't want to work for ourselves.
It's too
It's messed up.
safe and too convenient for us to be where we are right
For
now.
being slaves.
Right.
Like Kanye said, we want to be slaves. Look what he did. He
I
changed
said
his
that
reality.
earlier. I said for the, it's vacation for the slaves. The slaves got off. They could enjoy their families during this time. You know?
Facts.
Listen, I work.
Q Mo said we want status symbols without the status. Easier to show off fancy jewels and cars and clothes than it is to show off fancy houses or a fancy degree. A fancy degree?
Meaning,
They got
like-
designer
Q-
degrees now?
Q, you lost me with
Yeah,
that.
you lost me.
Meaning like
You lost me with
having
that
a
one,
master's
Q.
degree, having a doctor's degree, and
Yeah,
not have
none of
nothing to
that
show
shit
for it.
matters now.
Right.
Because it don't matter where you get your degree from.
Right.
I can
What
get a
kind-
If that shit is
doctorate
not
from
Ivy
Divine.
League-
What Kanye
No,
West
it
tell
don't
us in that
matter.
first album?
It don't even matter if it's Ivy League. I could get a master's degree from DeVry, long as I got a master's degree.
Yeah, it don't even
It
fucking
don't
matter.
even
Like the designer degrees, like
Well, it depends on the
it's an
accreditation of the
enhancement.
school,
It's an
too.
enhancement to your life in this society.
Right.
However, if it's not working for you and your people,
Right.
it's not working for you at all, because it does not sustain itself outside of you. And that's the problem with black people.
Hey.
We have an individualistic mindset, and we will not do anything for us while doing something for self.
Like Puffy never finished school, but he got a degree.
Yeah, semester.
Yeah,
It's
he
called
got-
honorary.
Yeah.
he got an
Kanye
honorary-
gonna get an honorary degree too for wherever he wants.
Yo, you know who else? Master P. He got a 10th grade education. He ain't never
No.
stopped-
Max B went to college, bro. He went to
Didn't he play
university.
ball?
So did
Yeah, hell yeah,
what's
he
her
was
name?
later.
Missy Elliott.
Later.
She got,
Well,
she
I
got-
mean, he
she got
went
her
to
degree
college.
after
He
degree,
went to,
too.
Yeah, but look at Ho, never graduated from high school.
Neither did P.
These dudes, Fat Joe.
listen.
Shout out Fat
First of
Joe.
all, we have
Yeah, Fat Joe.
if we're going to address it, we have to address
Don
the
Carter
whole
Jr.
idea of what education is depicted to be, right? Education, don't ever confuse education with knowledge or
Right.
you know what I'm saying? It's not the same thing. Like
not.
you can be educated, somebody has to educate you on something that means that they're giving you something that they learned, and all you have to do is memorize it and regurgitate it back on Friday on a little test, right? So you may be great at taking tests, but how is that going to apply to the actual workforce? Because
Well, that's the importance. Well, education has an extreme importance
Of
in our
what?
construct of society. However,
they don't teach you nothing about a mortgage. They don't teach you nothing about taxes. They don't teach you nothing about what
No.
you're going to actually be utilizing in the real world.
Well,
It depends on what the
it does what
education
you're
is
learning,
in.
right? Because education in our society,
But the school district has
basically built on
no-
a linear
All right,
format.
Ask yourself this: the word "school," where else can you use it at? Talking about what?
School of Fish.
Well, school is
Right.
In any institution.
A school of fish, and that's just what them fucking kids look like on that yellow bus when you look at it.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not right.
And when you talk about the school to prison pipeline, that's what it is fishing. You know what I'm saying? Like you're training these kids. First of all, you have to ask yourself, why would you have fucking toddlers pledging allegiance to a fucking flag that they have no idea about?
That's conditioning.
Period. That's what the education system is.
Well, with the
It
education
is.
system, like I said, the educational system is an activity of conditioning when you don't educate your own. The problem with us, black people, specifically,
Bro,
are the
even
only-
if we was doing that, right? Even if we had our own schools,
no.
we would still be conditioning our children.
No. When we
My
had our own
education
schools,
came
our
from
children were
home.
learning differently.
I went to school and I got A's and B's,
If you get
but
the
my
truth
real
about
education
about
came
what you're
from home.
learning, I mean,
Right.
Shout out to my
right.
grandma for
Right.
that.
See, at one time we did educate our children. See, that's
Peace-
the
rest
the
in power.
forgotten, not the history. That's
Right.
recent. It was just 60 years ago. We were educating our own children. Remember, we didn't go to white schools for a long time until we had the activity of
Again,
integration.
I'm going
so
to-
we got to realize what we taught ourselves.
I'm going to bring
prior.
up the Ashango bone, and anybody that know what I'm talking about, look up the Ashango bone. Without the
where
Ashango
math come
bone,
from.
there will be no numeric system. Like we literally in the jungles of Kush or Kemet before Cyprius Africanus discovered or not discovered or conquered Africa and renamed it.
Invaded.
We literally this abstract idea of numbers, because they are intangible, we created it. Without it, there will be no economic system. So if we remember who we are, you know what I'm saying, as a people, there is nothing. I have never looked at the instructions to put together anything. Nothing.
I looked at them. I ain't read them, though.
It's like I already know how to do that shit.
You know, Q made a point. Education is supplemented by hands-on experience, which is the application of one's education. When you learn something, especially from our formal schools, it's learned in a linear form of training, because that's what education is.
You know what I depict education to be? This is my own personal
Here we go.
idea.
These are all
is
terms
using,
and thoughts of
right.
Montana
Education is using the same willpower that you conceive the question with to conceive the answer. Because if you can think of a question to disrupt whatever it is, the concept that's being presented to you, and you have to question it, you have the same ability and energy to conceive the answer. Nobody has to tell you what the answer is.
Well, education is the activity of learning through the activity of
Who told you that?
repetition. Education is the activity of learning through repetition. Now, when you go,
Repetition is the father of learning.
No, watch this, bro. I just said something simple, real simple. Education is the activity of learning through repetition. Now, as an apprentice, a student in school, an institution of learning, you learn through the activity of repetition. If you're a plumber, you don't learn how to fit a pipe through one example. You learn through a series and a process.
I gotta
of repetition.
disagree.
And how you-
I literally
Hold on,
recall.
Listen to me
I
carefully.
agree with you.
Listen to me carefully. How you apply.
I am.
How you apply what you
I am
learned.
listening very carefully.
How you apply what you learned determines the value of your education.
That's true.
Yes.
I literally, when I had my first house, hired a plumber to come out and solder some pipes and fix a leak, and I watched him, everything that he did.
Right.
And I've never hired a plumber again.
Right. But you needed that plumber.
Not through an act of repetition, though. One time.
You needed the plumber.
One
You
time.
needed the plumber.
So I could see.
I would challenge you right now to repeat an act that a plumber would make
I did.
from one act, and meaning such. You said solder a wire.
No, it wasn't. It was a
Solder
pipe.
pipe.
Solder
It
a
was.
pipe.
We were going from
Like-
PVC to from copper to PVC.
PVC.
But
Like-
just
like-
recently, I did put a small swimming pool in somebody's kitchen. But the faucet was installed.
That's all that matters.
At the end of the day,
words,
I
cut it out.
installed that
All right.
faucet.
So wait, now I'm
You
going to
done?
chime in.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
going
done.
to chime in
Why
about
else water on
education.
my floor? I don't know.
The education system that we have in place is faulty. For first and foremost, there isn't anything that you get out of it except when you learn math. Math is the only thing that you get to learn. That's the only thing that you learn, because just because I know 1 + 1 = 2, I know 1 million plus 2 million equals 3 million. Just because I know how to spell cat, C-A-T, which you can never learn to spell the English language. You can only commit letters to memory. Just because I know how to spell cat, C-A-T, does not mean I know how to spell island, I-S-L-A-N-D. the rule. There are
just
too
said
many.
that.
You know what? I want to expound on what you're saying, babe, because I was in the restaurant the other day, and instead of saying sandwich, they just had witch next to it. So I'm looking at the WICH, right? And I'm like, why is there no T? Because if you say bitch, right,
it's a T.
it's a T in there, and BITCH. But if you take out the T, it says bic.
Right.
It's
The CH becomes a
word
K
live,
now.
like the word live
Right,
and lie.
but it doesn't do that with WICH.
This is the thing. The
thing
rule.
with, like,
The rule.
live
It
and
don't
lie.
say wick.
Like,
The
like,
only-
live
Say
and,
which?
like live and live, right? It's spelled the same exact way. There's no difference in lettering.
Right, the E
but
is to make the I make the long vowel sound.
It's supposed
but
to.
it does not
Right.
when you say live.
The only,
Right.
the only rule in the English.
That's because
language,
the English language is a dead language. There is no
it is.
tonal sounds in the English language that
It
will
is.
rattle the brain.
It is the only thing it's supposed to be is if you have a vowel, consonant, vowel, that means the first vowel is long.
Right.
Other than that, but they have so many exceptions.
I'm not
to
a plumbing
the rule,
genius.
because they have so many exceptions to the rule. Therefore, you can never learn to spell the English language.
No.
The only thing you can do is commit words and commit letters to memory.
Right.
The only thing that you learn from, because I could take, just because I know addition, I can add any number that you give me. Just because I know, and the science ain't true science either.
What is 2
They-
plus 2 take away 2?
2 plus 2 take away 2? 2.
So you had to repeat the question, so he had time to think about it.
Make sure you heard you right.
I had to make sure I
I'm
heard
fucking
you.
with you, bro.
Calculating.
See, if you listen faster, you know, you got to worry about repeating himself.
Even with science, the science that they teach us is not our science.
Our science is alchemy.
Right. Thank you.
What the word science itself means
Is not.
it means the study thereof.
Right.
So it's anything that you have up under proper, disciplined, consistent study. So the scientists, their results, their findings
Right.
are corrupt because their findings are based on first.
There is a science to music.
First,
there
a
is a
corrupt
science
mind.
to
Yeah, right. There's a science to everything in life.
everything.
But everything in life is based on the science of mathematics.
facts.
Right.
And that's where Bay was.
So if
That's where I was
we
getting- you feel-
really
you feel
go
where I was
into
going.
it, right? You have a respiratory system, you have a
Everything functions
nervous
with system.
system. Everything. This entire universe is built on systems. You have a solar system. You have them saying like it's systems on top of systems.
Biology, astrology. No,
It's
right.
all
Law
a bunch
system,
of systems.
Incarceration system.
They're systems.
correction
So
system.
to crack the code of the matrix, you have to correlate these systems.
Speaking of, they come the movie coming out with that too. The
For what?
Matrix.
It's called
Resurrections.
it's called the resurrection.
Of what?
The Matrix.
The Matrix.
It's coming
Oh.
out.
Right, because the Matrix.
Keanu
is the
Reeves is playing in
explanation
that
of the
too?
Dead, and that's what we are, the mentally dead. Now,
So
Definitely.
we're going to have to watch
now
that.
we're gonna see who come to life.
So, like, I know we're coming to a
Yeah, we're
a
coming
point,
to a close.
but let's give everybody a chance to shout the businesses out. You know, Ja, you shout yours out.
You got a business you want to shout out, Jai?
Do I? 100%.
Listen up, y'all.
You already know. Come get the finest cuts in the land. All of the fades of all shades from Jock to Rock. We got Starter Barber, Vinnie Mac. Come to Classic Razor Sharp.
Where's that?
210 Center Street, Trenton, New Jersey.
Say it
Come
again.
holler at us. This is what we do. We've been doing this for the last 30 years, 25 years, leading the country in the #1 charity giveaway, which is back to school free haircuts. You heard it first at Razor Sharp. Come holler at us.
Make sure y'all check that out. Also, check out Union Studios. You can find us on Yelp. You can find us on Google Business. The address here is 11880 Bustleton Avenue, Suite 305 in the greater Northeast. Some of the most state-of-the-art, as you can see right here, recording equipment, Chaotic Ball, Shure microphones, the whole nine. So, again, we have also presenting the Artist Adventure, along with starting a new videography company.
Okay.
So if you want us to follow you around for a day and you can create content out of that, give us a call. The number here is 215-650-6657. Again, that's 215-650-6657. You must book your appointment 24 hours in advance.
So, yep. And make sure you check us out. J&A Autos, 1616 27 North 27th Street. Find us in your in your automobile needs, motor trans repairs, we're definitely here for you.
And your towing company.
You already know. We
Oh,
also
and the number, I'm sorry, is 215-609-0195.
we also want to give a shout out to Pastor Parham, Bishop Parham, down there in South Carolina doing his big things, man. The whole NGA crew, I see y'all live doing y'all thing, man. Fresh Flow, you already know.
Yeah, Fresh Flow. They also have
Yes.
a clothing line that's available. Q Motion is the owner and operator of
He
Fresh
not
Flow.
here.
Okay.
So
He not here.
he still got some nice
So
stuff. I
make
got
sure y'all
his
check him
jacket.
out on
You
Instagram
already.
under
I'm
Fresh
right
Flow
at it.
ENT.
Shout out
Word
Q
up.
Motion, my man.
Like I said,
already
it's somebody
know.
doing this every single show until the end of the year, so you guys can start shopping small Black businesses.
All right, and make sure
Shout out
y'all-
to my peoples at the deep end too.
Bob Black,
Yeah,
Bob Black.
our folks over at the Deep End. If y'all need vibrators or
That rose, you need the rose.
you need the rolls,
Your bedroom novelties.
you know what I'm saying,
Yo,
bedroom novelties.
Yo, you know what's hot? Them joints them panties with the remote control. Oh man, them panties with the remote control is off the chain. And yo, they stay running specials too, like 25% off. Check out their website.
So check out their website and listen. Take care of yourselves and others until the next time, next Monday at 9 p.m. This has been Union Society. I am Montana Black. We got Hot Roz, Ja Kim, your man J Bay, Lashia and Q Mo should be back with us next Monday.
And follow us
Until
on
then,
Instagram.
make sure y'all follow us on Instagram at Union Society 215, and we are out of here. Peace.
I started up a corporation from a conversation. I started up new way of thinking for a generation. I started up straight from the bottom, going straight to the top. Went from the block, got in the building, brought it back to the block. Organizing all of my hustlers, no more running from cops.